The Zintheran Empire had conquered 47 star systems in less than a century. Their crystalline warships cut through the void like shards of vengeful glass, each one housing enough antimatter weaponry to crack planets. When their scouts detected the Sol system, a single yellow star with a modest collection of rocky planets, they catalogued it as Target 48, routine, unremarkable. Commander Honey Chen stood on the observation deck of the ISS, her dark eyes tracking the alien fleet's approach through the reinforced viewport. Beside her, Lieutenant Harry Morrison reviewed tactical displays on his neural interface, his jaw clenched tight enough to crack teeth. 700 vessels, Harry muttered, his fingers dancing through holographic projections. They're not even trying to hide. It's like they think we're primitives with pointed sticks. Honey's lips curved into something that wasn't quite a smile. Maybe that's exactly what they think. The Zintheran first wave arrived with the arrogance of species that had never known defeat. Their diplomatic transmission was brief: surrender or be annihilated. They gave Earth 72 hours to respond. What they didn't know, what their intelligence gathering had catastrophically failed to reveal, was that humanity had been preparing for this moment for 3 generations. The last time Earth had faced extinction was in 2087, when the rogue AI collective nearly sterilized the planet. Humanity had survived by the thinnest margin, and from that ash they had learned a terrible lesson. Never again would they be caught unprepared. Never again would they show mercy to existential threats. Sir Harry said, addressing Admiral Zhong through his comlink, the Zintherans are positioning their dreadnoughts in high orbit. Standard intimidation pattern. Admiral Zhong's voice crackled through, cold and measured. Execute protocol Ragnarok. All stations. Honey felt her heartbeat steady as decades of training crystallized into this singular moment. Around Earth, humanity's true defense network activated. Not the obvious military satellites and space stations. The Zintherans could see those were bait. The real weapons had been hidden in plain sight for 30 years. Throughout the Sol system, thousands of mining asteroids suddenly reconfigured. Their surfaces split open, revealing quantum-entangled particle accelerators that had been disguised as ore processors. On Mars, beneath the tourist colony domes, silo doors yawned open to reveal relativistic kill missiles projectiles designed to hit at 90% light speed. The moon's dark side, pockmarked with what appeared to be abandoned research stations, housed humanity's most terrifying creation, the Cascade generators, devices that could manipulate vacuum energy fluctuations, turning empty space itself into a weapon. Firing solutions locked, Harry reported, his voice steady despite the adrenaline flooding his system. All defense grids synchronized. The Zintheran commander, a being called Vexthril, watched Earth with 6 crystalline eyes from his flagship throne. He had obliterated species before. Some begged, some fought with primitive fury. All died. He prepared to broadcast the annihilation order, then space itself screamed. The first wave of relativistic missiles struck the Zintheran vanguard before their sensors even registered the launch. At near-light speeds, the projectiles didn't explode on impact, they simply deleted matter from existence. 70 warships vanished in microseconds, their atoms scattered across the void in clouds of ionized plasma. Vextril's crystalline form shattered and reformed in shock state. Impossible. Our shields. His objection died as the Cascade generators activated. The vacuum energy around the remaining Zintheran fleet began to fluctuate wildly. Space-time itself buckled and tore. Ships imploded, their hulls crushed by forces that shouldn't exist. Crew members dissolved as fundamental physics briefly stopped applying to the region they occupied. Honey watched through the viewport, her expression carved from ice. Target their command ship. I want survivors for interrogation. Harry's fingers moved with surgical precision, marking flagship, engaging precision strikes. The hidden accelerators throughout the asteroid belt opened fire in perfect synchronization. Streams of relativistic projectiles, each one massing only grams but carrying the kinetic energy of nuclear weapons, shredded through the Zintheran fleet like bullets through wet paper. The aliens' vaunted crystalline armor, designed to deflect energy weapons, proved utterly useless against pure kinetic devastation. Vexthril tried to broadcast a retreat order, but Earth's quantum jammers had already hijacked his communications network. Instead, his fleet heard a simple message in perfect Zintheran: "You came to our home. Now learn why humanity doesn't take prisoners." The battle lasted 11 minutes. Of the 700 Zintheran warships, 4 remained intact, deliberately spared by Honey's targeting algorithms. As Earth's capture drones latched onto the disabled vessels, Harry pulled up the casualty report on his interface. 0 human casualties. he reported, his voice hollow with the weight of what they'd done. Estimated Zintheran losses 400,000 personnel. Honey turned from the viewport, her reflection ghostly against the backdrop of burning alien ships. Patch me through to their survivors. When the connection established, she spoke slowly, ensuring the translation matrix captured every word. I am Commander Honey Chen of Earth Defense Command. Your empire made a critical error. You assumed we were weak because you didn't see weapons. You didn't understand that we turned our entire solar system into a weapon. She paused, letting that sink in. Here's what happens next. You will return to your empire. You will tell them what happened here. You will explain that humanity has been fighting itself for our entire existence, tribal wars, world wars, wars with our own creations. We've spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of killing. Harry pulled up holographic displays showing Earth's hidden defense network, thousands of weapons systems the Zinthorans had completely missed. Antimatter mines seeded throughout the Kuiper Belt, bioweapon satellites orbiting Neptune, self-replicating war machines dormant in the Oort cloud. You were target 48, Honey continued. But understand this, if your empire ever approaches Sol System again, we won't leave survivors. We'll track your fleet back to your homeworld, and we'll show you what humanity does to civilizations that threaten our children's future. She leaned closer to the her voice dropping to a whisper that somehow carried more menace than a shout. We are not the species that begs. We are not the species that negotiates with invaders. We are the species that fought our way up from the caves by outlasting everything that tried to kill us. Now go, and pray we never meet again. The 4 surviving Zintheran ships limped away from Sol System, their crews traumatized beyond measure. They had expected to conquer primitives. Instead, they'd encountered something their empire had never faced, a species that had weaponized its own paranoia, that had turned its entire home into a death, that had spent generations preparing for a war that might never come. As the alien ships vanished into faster-than-light transit, Harry finally exhaled. Do you think they'll come back? Honey watched the debris field spreading across Earth orbit, the remains of an empire's arrogance. No, she said quietly, but if they do, we'll be ready. We're always ready, because humanity had learned its lesson in blood and fire. The only way to ensure peace was to be so terrifyingly prepared for war that no one would dare test them. The Zinthran Empire had invaded Earth seeking glory. What they found instead was a truth that would echo across the galaxy. Humanity doesn't just fight to win. Humanity fights to ensure no one ever threatens them again. Without mercy, without hesitation, without end.